It doesn't convey what I'm seeing here. Just articulate your understanding.
So when I say we understand that they directed representatives to arrive at the hospital, I am getting this information from my attorney, from the family who have been there all night, with repeated swathes of policemen getting there, trying to have themselves access the hospital wards. We interacted with the hospital manager in respect of security from the hospital side. And of course, I had my own observations at the reception area.
So once somebody says they come from the Madlanga Commission, you simply accept that and publicize it without any question, without even seeking to establish its authenticity. You just go out there publicly and you say something like this about the commission.
Chair, we understand criticism that is being leveled at us, but these were all qualified as speculative. We are informed, we are told. This is in the first morning.
Yes, there was speculative, I think twice with regard to the first aspect I engaged you on. I do not see speculative here.
But I say we understand.
What difference does that make?
Well, the person applying their mind evenly to this thing will certainly understand that this is not concrete information. It's our understanding that's been conveyed.
You see the meaning you want to convey would apply to this or make sense if this was what you had said. And we understand that there were people who claimed to be representatives of the commission. Because I understand you to be making the point that I've just made. That is not what you said.
I respect
that is definitely not what you said.
I respect and accept your correction of what I intended to say. Certainly, I intended to say exactly what you've said at this moment.
Unfortunately, you did not.
Unfortunately, I did not.
You conveyed something negative about the commission.
Yeah, in the moment, on live TV, with my attorney next to me, with multiple interviewers, it is unfortunate. And if there is any misapprehension or ambiguity,
let me not accept that there is. Let me just say you stated something wrong about the commission. If you want to say misapprehension, it must come from you. But you stated something wrong about the commission. Yes.
Unreservedly, I apologize to the commission. I see that it is open to multiple interpretations, and I apologize unreservedly.
Thank you. Ms. Hassim, it was indicated to me whilst I was looking that way that you wanted to say something, please.
Chair, in fact, at the point at which I was going to intervene, I was going to say that I don't need to be as restrained as the commissioners perhaps need to be in addressing this issue that the chair has raised. But then you went on. And there are a couple of things that I must put on record from the perspective of the evidence leaders. This communication in the public with the media is of great concern to us, because it does bring the work of the commission into disrepute. There can be no doubt about the impression that's created by these kind of remarks. Now, on this last point, on the first point, which is that the leak, the point of the leak, the answer, the prudent response would have been, I will not speculate, full stop.
I actually said I was going to come to the timing. I forgot, but let me leave it now. I think we've debated it, and Mr. Khan has tendered an unreserved apology, I think, in respect of both issues that I raised with you.
I confirm that.
Thank you. Please continue, Ms. Hassim.
Thank you, Chair. All I'm saying is that the appropriate answer would have been, I will not speculate, full stop. nothing further. But instead, the comment went on to suggest a link between the filing of papers on the commission and the terrible incident that followed. Or, in fact, it didn't follow, according to the timeline. And this is important. Why don't we know? Because there's been no formal communication by General Khan's legal representatives with this commission until we specifically requested it. So on the 29th of June, the letter that my learned friend referred to says the following. It says, we note with concern, and it was sent in the morning, we note with concern the media reports that your client, Major General Khan, was shot last night. We are relieved to understand from those reports that Major General Khan survived the attack and is receiving medical care. We wish him a full and speedy recovery. That's the first thing. The second thing is, what we're trying to say is we're hearing this from the news. We're hearing this from media, from social media. It's not factual information on which we're entitled to simply rely without more, especially since we are engaged and have been engaged with General Khan's legal representatives for some time.
Actually, to add to that, as I said earlier, I don't have the page numbers. Mr. Khan says, I will not go to the question, but he says, we await an indication from the Madlanga Commission as to the way forward. So they themselves were choosing to remain supine, just folding their hands and doing nothing. That adds to the point that you are
Precisely,
making.
Chair. That was a point I was going to make, and I'll point to the part of the record that the Chair is referring to, because we cannot rely on media reports in order to understand how we are to move forward on something as, as serious as this. So this is the reason for this communication. One, to express our concern.